Uh, Obligatory. Hey guys, it's Plus Mackenzie. Now that we're here on YouTube, I guess I gotta throw that one out there. I'm gaming dude, movie buff, TV, like kind of pretty much all media enthusiast, as well as a programmer. Programmer by day, gaming enthusiast, and hobbyist by night. Decided to start vlogging just so that I could actually kind of do some bigger discussions and talks about some of the games that I've played on stream. Just gonna be my own personal thoughts on things. It's a lot harder to actually do this format than I thought because I'm just a couple minutes in here and the lack of immediate feedback is way different from Twitch streaming to just talking to the camera. I'm not talking to anybody but you guys, and you guys are listening. So, if you have questions, if there's a movie that you want an opinion on, please, let me know in the comment section below, just so that I can, if it's something I've seen, of course I'll give you my opinion on it, things like that. Before any of you out there, because I know there's going to be quite a few of you that talk about the Gunner gaming glasses. Oh no. Um, they are prescription. It's I did get them. I did get Gunner lenses solely because of the amount of work I do on screens all the time. I did get these lenses because they were Gunner at the time, and it was one of the very few um computer glasses available at the time. So the fact that I could get a prescription from years ago, I went and got them. So they aren't just your normal, jumped up, took them off the shelf at Best Buy and put them on. I'm not wearing them for style. I need them to see. Otherwise, you guys are really blurry to me. Yes, no, this is way different than just talking on Twitch, playing games, getting instant feedback. Not to mention, I don't have like a full-blown objective moving forward because I'm not playing a game. So, uh, I'd really like this vlog to just be talking about the games that we play, maybe just talking about other life topics, things like that. Don't know what else to say. Well, I mean, I can talk about Oxenfree, which is what we finished on our stream this last week, as well as Harvester, which we also finished. We played Elite Dangerous last night. That was super fun. It's been a long while since I played Elite Dangerous. It is space trucking for those first few hours. I mean, I know Elite Dangerous isn't for everybody. Elite Dangerous is basically if you took Euro Truck Simulator and put it into space. Now, I know there is more to the game in the later game once you've upgraded your ship, things like that. But in all honesty, to me, playing Elite Dangerous as a space trucking simulator is kind of fun to me. I just like to lose myself in space. Like, it's basically Cowboy Bebop without the action. Is kind of how I see it. We did get sniped by what was his name? I think it was Commander Tony Curtis that stopped on by the stream and sniped us a couple times. That was super fun. That's actually the first kind of ganking I've received from the stream, and I I didn't mind it at all. It provides just a little more excitement other than the scripted events that we do. However, speaking of scripted events and Elite Dangerous, that's one of those things that are super interesting to me. Elite Dangerous, I remember the first time I booted up and played it, there's a lot of chatter between NPCs that seems so organic and, almost human that I honestly thought things were going on. Like, I was responding in the chat and not getting anything, and so I didn't know what was happening. It happened again last night, and I completely forgot about how organic it is. And it was a beautiful thing. And, granted, a few of the more advanced players that were in chat had to remind me that that is just the NPCs talking smack. Elite Dangerous in those beginning moments are what you make it, and to me, it's a blast. As far as Oxenfree goes, that story was so good. If you have not played Oxenfree, if you had Twitch Prime last month, which would be March 2018, they gave away Oxenfree to you for free if you claimed it. So if you claim the offer and you didn't get around to playing it, or you gave up after the first like 10-15 minutes because it just didn't seem to interest you, just keep going, push through it. It's super fun. I don't know about fun. It's super interesting. I loved the story. I loved the decisions. There's not a whole lot of gameplay per se outside of visual novel. It's puzzle solving. I don't know how much I can actually state about Oxenfree without it being spoilers. And the thing was, I know even playing through it, I feel like there's still a deeper story that I didn't fully uncover. Like it was very satisfactory all the way through, and we got a very nice closure for an ending. But I still feel like there's more to that story that I have yet to discover. Oxenfree is definitely one of those games that I feel deserves a second, a third, maybe even a fourth playthrough. Because there's a bunch of other things that you might be missing, or different paths that you can take that would change how the story actually even works around itself. Unlike Harvester, which we did finish off, thank you, Early Bird, for that suggestion to play Harvester. It is a classic. It's one of those things, though, that playing the Steam version, it ruined quite a few cutscenes. Like, there were a few cutscenes that just auto-skipped, because that's the way that Harvester got ported to Steam, and it's horrible. It's horrifying. So I know that I've missed out on some things from Harvester as well. Yeah, it was an interesting concept to say the least, and especially for how old the game is, the story was done well. I don't know about the execution of the game. It was different. Gameplay wise, it actually was. It had the most mechanics out of an FMV game that I've ever gotten the chance to play around with, and that was kind of enjoyable. What else can we talk about? Oh, Ready Player One. I don't know how many of you out there have gotten a chance to see it, or if you guys watched it over this last holiday weekend or anything, but Ready Player One to me was super amazing. And I know that there is some concern from some people out there who haven't seen it that just kind of judge it, oh, it's just Easter eggs, things like that. It's just nostalgia trip the whole way through. It is a nostalgia trip, but it's not referenced as such. Like, all of the references to these things are there, but they're not self-referenced in the movie. The movie just exists. The storyline is completely going on with all of these awesome characters that you know and love all around. Don't feel like you're about to get pandered to just because you're a gamer, or just because you're an 80s kid, a 90s kid, whatever it is that you would be afraid of it being too heavy-handed of. I will say that the storyline, if you watch some anime, if you watch, if there's certain game topics also that kind of feel a little overdone, but yeah, there's a few tired tropes that do exist in there, but only to those that are part of this culture, the gaming culture, things like that. So you'll definitely recognize some things and think that maybe another studio or another idea or another story did it better, but that shouldn't distract you. It was written in the 90s with a huge callback to the 80s. Don't feel too disappointed about the story. The story's still interesting. It's still fun. Go see Ready Player One. I was super excited about it. I loved everything about it. I do want to go see it again sometime soon for sure. Do play Oxenfree. That was super amazing. I cannot talk about the story too much because I do not want to spoil it. Harvester is an experience. That's pretty much all I can say about it. I do not regret any of it, but I don't know how far of a suggestion I would put out there. It's if someone else suggests it to you and you've got 2-3 other friends that are suggesting it to you, go play it. Otherwise, that's something for a different day. Oh yeah, and Elite Dangerous. If you like trucking simulators, I would suggest getting it. However, there is a lot of space combat and PvP as well. Space combat is a little sticky compared to, like, let's say Everspace. If you guys have played that, Everspace is kind of like a roguelike space shooter. We can talk about that another day. I can review that. I actually kickstarted Everspace a long time ago. Did not enjoy it as much as I thought I would. But Elite Dangerous is definitely a 50-50. Should you play it or should you not? It's not for everybody, but it's very enjoyable and very pretty and very lightweight for how graphically beautiful it is. So, yeah, I know that this intro turned into some rambling about everything that's gone on the past week. I'll try to make these vlogs a little tighter and adding like pieces of the Twitch stream and gameplay and stuff like that as we go further. But because I didn't know what to do so much for this first one, this is what I got. So, if you have questions, if you want certain reviews, if there's a game you're on the fence about, whatever it is, if you just got anything, I'll have the links to the Discord, links to my Twitch stream. Otherwise, leave them in the comments down below. Eventually, I do want to start talking about some programming stuff too. I want to help you guys get to streaming if you need help with that. Have a good day, night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, at whatever time it is you're watching this. And I will see you all in the next vid.